Thank you. Welcome to Google in New York. Please welcome Dwyane Wade.
How you doing?
Have a seat, yeah.
How y'all doing? How y'all doing?
And welcome to Google.
Thank you.
You've never been here before, right?
Never been here before. Only been on the website.
Cool. No, we're really excited to have you here today. There's a lot of big fans. I myself, I grew up in South Florida, so I was like an original Heat fan, like Ronnie Cycling, Glenn Rice, all that stuff.
How many people here from Miami?
Yeah.
All right, representing. We've got a few.
But so I read you have a new book out this week, and this is part of the Authors at Google series, and the memoir is called The Father First. And I thought we could talk a little bit about that today and your experience and some of the stuff you discussed in that book. And I think, like many people in this room, I and a lot of us knew you as, the NBA Finals, the two-time NBA champion, the NBA Finals MVP, and, the guy who took Marquette to the Final Four and all that. But I think
I'm still that person.
Yeah. I think that story, which you definitely tell in the book, is sort of almost secondary to this other sort of set of tales about you. This kid who grew up in a tough life in a rough part of Chicago, and who learned he was going to be a father at 19, and I think that do you feel like that's true, that part of that story, the story of the guy who had to learn how to make all these tough decisions very early, and learn how to be a father and all that is the primary story of the book?
Well, yeah, I think I think it's easy. It would have been easy for me to write a book about basketball, but I also think y'all can Google it. That was
nice.
That was so corny. I didn't even think about that when it just came to me. But I felt that if I was gonna go down this path, I wanted to write something that I felt was meaningful, and I felt that can help others in a sense. So, talked a lot about my childhood. I talked a lot about my upbringing, and I do a lot of foundation work, so I know kind of the same struggle that's going on in the inner city, kind of the same way I grew up. So I see kids every day that's just like I was and going through some of the same issues that I went through. So I took this opportunity to kind of express that and talk about it, because when kids see me and I come and talk to them, they see Dwyane Wade, the two-time NBA champion, and all these accolades, but I don't think they necessarily understand that I was them. And I remember being in that same seat, and I remember being told that I wasn't going to be successful, and I couldn't do this and I couldn't do that. So I thought I would take this time, in this book and kind of share, those personal experiences through my life, and also, the title of the book is A Father First, and it's not necessarily directed to just fathers. I wanted to really express to families that's going through the same issues that I went through, whether it's the divorce or whether it's to, the battle between the custody from the kids. And it kind of just share, my experiences, the negative and the positive of it. And hopefully it can help someone look at things in a different way, or it can help them in some facets of their life. So hopefully I accomplished that. Oh, a little basketball is in there too.
Yeah, definitely. So why did you decide that, right? I mean, the book opens with you getting full custody of Zion and Zaire.
Yeah.
And so why did you decide that you wanted to get this out there?
It's just, I really don't know. I mean, I've never really thought that I was, going to write a book. I never thought of being an author before. I always looked at it as hard work, which it is. But I just felt that, like I go through everything in life for a reason. It's some reason I went through this process for many, many years, and still going through it today. And I just know that a lot of guys, especially in my league, in the NBA, that come up to me, had a lot of questions, had a lot of, gave them hope in a sense. I know I got appointed to, before I got custody, I got appointed to the Fatherhood initiative, from our president himself. And, to be seen in that field as being, someone who can speak for fathers in a sense. I just thought it was my duty and, my job and obligation to kind of share, those experiences with others. Hopefully, like I said, hopefully it can help them. Hopefully it can give them a different perspective, on how to handle something. Because when I was going through this custody battle, it was kind of like shooting in the dark. You didn't know what was going to happen and where the ball was going to end up. So, hopefully, if anybody's going through the process, they can kind of see, well, this is how D. Wade said he he dealt with it. This is what he went through, and they can see that this is how hard it's supposed to be. This is how hard it's going to be. Just so many different things. So.
Yeah. You describe yourself as an introverted guy in the book, but there are some very personal things that you share in there. Were there parts of it that were difficult for you to sort of explain or put out there and share with the world?
Yeah, I mean, anytime you're talking about your personal, life, in a sense, is always difficult. I've had to live my life under a microscope in a sense, and it's very public. So a lot of things I didn't want to get out, got out, and I would love to deal with, a lot of things behind closed doors. But it's not the hand I was dealt. But I kept a lot out. Mm-hmm. I like to tell people that what you're reading here is a little mild version of my life, especially divorce and the custody battle. It was hectic, but and at the same time it was public, so people can go find out that kind of information. I didn't want to really get too much into it in the book.
There's also some very emotional stuff from when you were a kid growing up and some of the experiences with your family and the relationships that you had with them. Do you think it was easier telling some of the stories, especially about your mom and stuff, because it was also sort of a lessons learned tale that you were telling? Yeah,
not easy, but the lesson learned tale made me really feel comfortable telling it. But it's still not easy today. And we was on The View the other day. My mom and my sister came. And we had a segment, and my mom was talking. I put my head down because I almost lost it. I almost went with tears, and it's kind of sometimes like I'm looking at someone else's life when I hear about it, or when I think about it. It's kind of like that's not my life. That wasn't me, but it was me. And so some of those emotions, some of those memories come back, in a sense. So writing this book was like my therapy. It was kind of therapeutic, in a sense. So it was like being in a dark room and talking to my writer about my life. And I remember so much, like it started coming back, and I remember things like it was yesterday as well. So yeah, it was very, very therapeutic.
Yeah. The subtitle of the book is How My Life Became Bigger Than Basketball, and that came from something that your mother used to say to you.
Yeah, she's always telling me that, she knew I loved basketball. She knew I wanted to be a basketball player, but she didn't want that to be my only dream. But she always told me, son, your life, she still tells me this day, your life is bigger than basketball, your life is bigger than basketball. I never understood it then, because you're a kid, you're like, no, I'm gonna play basketball, and that's what I'm gonna do. But I lied, I was like, yeah, Mom, I wanna be a doctor. Is that good? But I didn't wanna be a doctor.
One of the things you talk about in there is with your two sons and your nephew is man time and man talks, right?
Yeah.
Which is where you have like these serious conversations about important things with them. Yeah. And how important is that in your relationship with them?
Well, it's very important to give them their time, together and apart. And I like I said, I had to learn this stuff too. Taking parenting classes. My kids are in therapy as well. Going and sit down with them in therapy sessions and trying to learn about them. And not thinking that just because I was a kid once and now I'm an adult, I have all the answers. So I understand that man time for them is very important because they want it every day. Like I got to go to a game. Y'all want man time now? It's like. So they want it all the time, but it's good that they like to hang with me that way, and it's not always just fun. Sometimes, we sit across from each other, and one day it was raining, so I was like, okay, we couldn't go out, so I put like a table in my room with chairs all around it, had everybody's name on the chair, had questions for everybody written down on note cards that we asked each other, and I was sitting there, and it was like real life questions, and I want them to know that I'm an open book. They can come to me about anything, and I want them to feel comfortable about coming to me about stuff, but also asking questions, the tough questions, and I want to be able to answer it for them. So, that's one thing that consists of man time. It consists of obviously doing fun things. My kids they're simple in a sense. Like my youngest son, if I put him in the car on the expressway and drop the top and we rolling, great. That's amazing. He like faster. I'm like, well, I don't want to get pulled over, but so I got to drop the top to make it seem like we're going real fast, and he's like loving it. So it's like certain things. To me, it's just when we spend time together and no one else is involved in that moment.
Yeah. Are there things that you feel like you haven't been ready to explain to them yet that they've kind of come to you with the man talks?
Not really. I mean, like I said, I'm pretty honest with them. I think it's things that they not ready to ask me yet.
Yeah.
More so than anything, I don't think they, we're still trying to make sure they get as comfortable as possible to be able to open up in a sense. They still look guarded on certain things. it's tough for them. They're going through things that I've never been through. So I tell my older son, you know what, I don't know what you're going through. I've never been the son of a quote unquote celebrity basketball player and all the stuff that he go through. If I have a bad game, he gonna hear about it in school. The kid's gonna talk about his dad. So I don't know how that. When I grew up, everybody's dad sucked. It was it was it was the way of the world. So it's a little different. A little different now, but so it's tough. It's tough, and he deals with a lot of emotions that I've never had to deal with, and that I don't really understand. And I'm trying to, teach him, how to handle things in a certain way. So,
do you ever worry about that they'll have a strange perspective on the world? That's because their life is so different than yours was when you were that age, and there is a difference between being the son of a famous person. And did you ever worry about that perspective?
Yeah, I worry about it a lot. Everybody, so much when you're young and when you get older, you start thinking about your family. You want to give your family everything you didn't have, and so I worry about giving them too much. Hope they might not have the work ethics that they need to be successful. They're not going to live off my money because I'm going to retire and live off my money. So, I think about all these things. It's not necessary. It's not easy, and everyone in the world thinks that, well, I know it might not be easy, but just give me that money and I'll make it work. A lot of that, that Biggie Smalls, more money, more problems stuff, that it makes it a little harder. I think my parents I think it was very simple to be my parents. We don't have anything, so you don't get anything. Sounds simple enough to me. And I understood that. So, but it's tough. But like I said, I'm still learning, and only thing I can hope is that I always say I'm raising future leaders. My son is 10, my oldest son is 10, Zaire. Zion is 5, and my nephew Dwyane, who lives with us as well. He's turning 11 next week. So I'm raising these future leaders of the world, and I got to try to do my best job that I can to hopefully raise them to be better men than me.
Yeah. And Zaire likes to play basketball, right?
Yeah, it's a sickening.
So you said in the book that you made this deal with him when he was 9 that he could play, but he had to play for fun only. Like he had to play because he wanted to be having fun.
Yeah.
Do you think that's going? You in the book you talk about how you like to play, play for fun, but there are times when you're clearly not playing just for the fun of it. You're fiercely competitive.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you worry about that with him? Like, do you feel like that's going well?
Yeah, I got double standards. Like, I'm telling him just to play for fun and like leave the refs alone and don't have an attitude out there. He's like, Dad, I watch you play, and like, what are you talking about? And so, but I told him I don't want no pressure. I don't want him to put pressure on himself because it comes with being my son. So automatically, everyone he plays basketball with is in one end. They're going to come after him. On the second end, they expect him to be this amazing player. But if he wants to play this sport, I want him to play it because he enjoyed playing it. He's having fun. He's in 5th grade now. You're not working. You're not making no money off of this. So why stress yourself? So I'm paying all the bills. I ain't getting no help. So I was just trying to tell him that. He had an episode one time where and this was the moment where I became that dad. I always thought I was gonna be the cool dad that sit in the crowd with my hat low and sit in the back. And then this moment I became that father because he was out there, man, and everything. He was having an emotional day. It was a girl that he liked. She was a cheerleader at the game. It's our first game cheerleading, so he was, he didn't know how to act. He had, his little brother Zion had kicked him in the groin, so his groin was hurting from the night before. My dad, everybody was at the game, my dad, and the whole family was there, so that's another emotion. So he out there. Every time a call is called, he run him to the ref. The coach say something to him, he talking back, and he's just not playing. So I stand up in the middle of the game, Zaire! I never thought I'd be that dad.
Yeah.
I caught myself, but then I went to talk to him at halftime, like, hey, you want to go get in the car? You want to go? You're not doing what we said you're going to do. So second half, he came out, and he was back to his dancing ways and playing, doing all those things.
When you were in school, you talk about how your sister used to push you academically, and I know that Coach Green pushed you to finish strong in school, even though you left early. But do you ever talk to your kids about how you didn't finish, how you decided to go pro early, and what is your perspective on that, the whole going pro early thing? I mean, is it purely an economic decision, or
I haven't really gotten to that conversation with them yet. About me leaving early. For me, the decision. I think everyone has a different reason why. Some people are just, they're so good, they're so ready. It's time for them to go to the next level. For me, I felt that I was ready to go, but and I'll talk about this a lot. Financially, I was struggling. At the time I was married. I was 20 years old, married with a child that ate a lot and needed a lot, and I was making $220 a month. It was rough, and so it came to the point where I was like, I love college basketball. I would love to get my degree right now, but I have to do what's best for my family, and these stomach rumblings it's not working. So I had to take I had to go to the next level and take a chance. So everyone has their own journey, their own path to the reasons why they have to do that.
Mm-hmm. Professional athletes have a pretty bad stigma when it comes to being fathers and fatherhood, and you talk about that's one of the things you mentioned in there. Do you think that portrayal is fair, broadly?
I think it's fair in the sense of the ones that they focus on. I think just as much negative, and just as much as we focus on negative, just as much as positive. So I don't think it's just professional athletes. I mean, my dad was a professional athlete. He wasn't around for the first 8 or 9 years of my life. Then he eventually, became a part of it. But it's a lot of fathers out here. It's no secret about it that for whatever reason they have left, not even a home, but they left, their responsibilities. But professional athletes, anything we do is going to get, a little bit more, and rightfully so. Mm-hmm. So I think it's a lot of great fathers as well, and I think that's one of the reasons that that I wrote this book as well, to kind of shed light on those positive fathers out there, and even the ones that, going through this process, I get it. I get situations why certain dads are not in the house. Let me just say that now. It wasn't me. I wasn't going to stop fighting, but it's not easy from the situation that I dealt with, or really trying to push me out and really trying to make it impossible for me to become, a father, to my kids. So I understand certain fathers, to move on, but it's not. I don't accept it. I'm not saying that's what you should do, but I get it.
Mm-hmm. There's a funny anecdote in there about your kids are out playing basketball, and they're calling each other LeBron, right? And you were kind of like.
It's crazy. No matter what you do, somebody. Yeah, they. I mean, they like me. I'm one of the top players, but it's they got their favorite players. Yeah. And everyone does.
Is the team? But do they like know? Does the team a part of your life with the kids?
Yeah. All of our, one thing, we have a family atmosphere in Miami, so all of our kids are friends of each other's, and they play. Like, if anybody ever really like focused, if they did a reality show for a day on the kids of the Miami Heat players, they would see that they only watch the first half of the game. They never around for the second half of the game because they'd be upstairs on the basketball court playing their own game. Like, me and my kids had to make a deal. Like, you got to watch at least 2 quarters. So they, they're very close. They're very close to everyone on the team. And kids love guys that can fly and can do amazing things in the air. So LeBron James is that guy that does all those amazing things. So he's a favorite, but now he's getting pushed over a little bit because KD is now becoming a favorite in my house. So we go to the finals, and I'm like, so who are you rooting for? It's like that is going to be tough. So it's crazy. Because you guys are, you saying there that you guys are pretty close right now on the team. There's a family atmosphere, like you said down there. Do you feel like this championship was any different from the last one? It's different. Obviously it's a different, total different team. Mm-hmm. From the standpoint of what we dealt with. When Shaq came to Miami, it was a love fest. Everybody loves, Shaq and the Miami Heat and that team, and we was able to win a championship. That was my 3rd year in the league, and I was like still young and just excited and felt on top of the world and untouchable. And then reality set in. And then now winning this one, it took me 6 years from then to win another championship. And I've just been through so much in my own personal life. And a lot of guys on the team, besides me and Udonis who won in '06, no one else has won a championship that we had on our team. So we had a lot of guys that really was humbled by this game. And so this one meant a lot more for me, and because, for everything I've been through. And, when you go through, I had, 3 surgeries in between this time, where I had the shoulder surgery that took me out for a while, actually my, 2 knee surgeries or whatever. And, I've divorced, custody, lawsuits, everything that I've dealt with since these 6-year span. And to finally win it, it was kind of like, thank God, that I've stuck with it, and that I believed in my ability. I believed in me, but I continued to work because, I was written off, so many times since then, and, just kept fighting.
Mm-hmm. So since you are at Google, I thought we'd talk a little bit about technology and the web. You're one of the 50 most followed profiles on Google Plus right now. I think you have 2 million followers or something, and you have millions of fans that follow you on other social networks, Facebook, Twitter. How do you use your social media? What's the role that it plays for you right now?
Well, I use it so many different ways. I mean, social media is it's a good thing and it's a bad thing, because you really have no private life. But, I think it's a good thing, first of all, because you really get to connect, one-on-one. You get to connect to, me and you can connect just on Twitter, and you can really feel like you know him and I know you, and we might not never meet. How you doing? So, but I think I use it in so many different ways, to express myself from a standpoint of people really getting to know who I am, and obviously I talk about a lot of things that I'm getting involved in and I'm doing. Whether it's foundation, whether it's, me showing up to, a book signing somewhere, or, me, endorsing a product and, wanting people to try it out and, do these things. I mean, I do so much, but I talk about my kids a lot. You see, I have fun on there, with my fans. I try to have fun on there as much as possible. I mean, I get talked about a lot on Twitter, so yeah. It's not easy to read all the comments, but I try to make light of it. Yeah. When someone says something negative, I say, you need a hug. And no, it's not my fault you're angry. But I enjoy it. I'm amazed that many people will follow me and want to know anything about me. I've never thought that someday, roughly all these millions of people are gonna want to know that my life is that interesting. I don't think it is, but I guess somebody does.
Yeah. When you, a lot of this stuff is pretty recent. When you started in the league, this stuff didn't exist.
No.
So I'm curious to get your perspective on, has all this stuff changed the sort of public life of a star professional athlete? No
question it has. I mean, this is a different time for professional athletes, and just like I said, something simple as everyone know where you at it all. Well, it's not always accurate, because I've been in Miami and somebody tweeted all the pictures. Oh, I just seen D Wade, and it was the back of somebody's head. It was back in Tennessee somewhere. I'm like, I'm not out there. but for the majority of the time, most people know where you at. Mm-hmm. You can walk by and say, oh, I just seen D Wade at walking into, walking down the street with this young. What color is that? Is that teal? Teal. Walking down the street with this lady with curly hair with a teal shirt, and took a picture of us back, and it looked like we going into a hotel, but we really coming into Google. It's that's the way the world is, So it's the privacy is you really have no privacy at all.
Yeah.
And so.
Well, there's the privacy aspect, right? And then there's the other aspect, right, which is you have this instant communication platform to every fan, journalist, whoever. Yeah. And so you have these younger guys who are they come in like you. They're pretty young when they're coming into the league, and now they can just talk to a million people by the push of a button. Do the more veteran guys see that as a liability or like a concern for the team dynamic?
It can be, depending on the young guy coming in.
Yeah.
If anybody had a Mario Chalmers, if Michael Beasley, Mario Chalmers, those guys, when they was rookies, when they came in together, if it was social media was big then, we would have been in trouble. Those rookies right there was terrible. We would have been in trouble. So I guess it just depends on the rookies that come in, if they're mature or not. So yeah.
Yeah.
It was bad.
So this is going to be an essential part of your kids' lives, right, as they get older. But do you worry about them getting exposed? You talked a little bit about them getting hassled in class, right? But like they set up a Twitter account or something, like, and they're young. Do you worry about them getting exposed in this sort of social media world to all kinds of stuff that you wouldn't be comfortable with?
Yeah, I mean, I can't imagine, being a kid and growing up in this time, where the world is so different, from obviously when I was growing up, and I couldn't imagine. Only thing I could try to do is try to tell them right, continue to tell them right from wrong, and hopefully they continue to abide by the rules and think that I'm telling them what's right. But I know it's going to be times that come up where they're going to do things that I'm not going to approve of, and hopefully they learn from that mistake that they make, and they continue to grow from it. But my kids haven't asked me yet for a Twitter handle yet. They haven't asked me to be on Facebook and stuff yet. So and they only 10 though. So hopefully I can hold out a little longer if I had that conversation. It's going to be quick. It's going to be like, no. It's going to be very quick. But I don't really want to have that conversation right now. So they haven't asked for it yet. So we still in the phone, BBM and all that stuff. They still cool with that. So I don't want to go through something and see a Z Wade, Twitter handle and it's Zaire, taking a picture in his own bedroom.
Yeah.
They're going to do stuff like that. Like they're going to try to be sneaky, but it's going to be a picture of them in their bathroom. That you like, that's in our house. Like, I noticed your page. No one else has been in here. So.
You mentioned that your kids watch YouTube all the time, and you call Zaire the king of all media in the book.
Yeah.
I know you have a channel on YouTube also. Do you have any favorite videos or channels that you watch?
You know what? Like you said, Zaire he's the king of watching YouTube. Him and my nephew, they watch YouTube. I mean, Zaire he gets up early just to watch YouTube before he goes to school. It's a problem. Like, it's seriously a problem. I think it still be dark outside, like it was early in the 60s. And then he gets up, he dresses real fast. He might forget to brush his teeth, brush his hair, but he's going to get on YouTube. And he's going to watch videos, he's going to watch all this stuff, and it excites him. Me, I mean, I don't know, I go as the wind blow. Sometimes I'm on it often, and sometimes I'm not on it at all. So I'm late on a lot of things. So.
Yeah. In the book, you talk about how when you're growing up, some of your new school clothes were clothes that had been left at the local laundromat, right? That's what you used to.
Yeah, I used to get some nice things out of the laundromat.
But
it's nice.
Now you've been named the NBA's best dressed player, and somebody told me that you're good friends with Anna Wintour, and which first
Anna?
of all, what? But also, do you ever think about how did I get from A to B on that?
Yeah, I have no idea how that happened. I got a great team around me. That's all. They pushed me. They made Anna be friends with me, I think. No, it's been cool. I think as a kid I've always loved the thought of dressing up. I wasn't able to do it my whole life, but I used to see my dad. My dad used to, he worked and he pretty much delivered boxes. I mean, he might have had a sexy title for it, but the man delivered boxes, to other companies. That's what he did. But he used to dress up on every Friday. I used to have to get up and iron his clothes, so I know he's dressed up every Friday. And I used to see that, and I used to be like, yeah, one day when I go to work, this is how I want to go. This is how I want to go to work. So my thought of dressing up came from that, and then just going through life, and now you're starting to feel who you are and see what you like, and and I got into a great situation with my stylist where she kind of pushed me out of my comfort zone in a sense, and I still get flack. My sister's not here, but she always give me flack about what I'm wearing because she like, yo, we wear the same stuff. Like your pants are red, I got the same pants on. So but she's pushed me, and now I'm just comfortable. If anybody's seen me on Letterman the other night, I had on this bright yellow jacket. It was like the seat covers right there, and I wasn't comfortable in it. But she was like, "Come on, you're gonna look good. I mean, you got to put it on." And I was like, "Forget it." And I walked out there with as much confidence as possible, and hopefully I didn't get murdered for wearing the yellow jacket. But it actually didn't look too bad once I kept watching it. My business manager, she told me she couldn't hear the first half of the interview because my jacket was so loud. But it worked. And when I walked out, David was like, "Is that yellow?" And I was like, "Yes." But so I enjoy it, and to have an opportunity. Last night I went out to Fashion Night Out, and last year was my first year here, and I couldn't believe how many people was so excited about Fashion Night Out, and it was like a big concert going on. It was like everything in one. It was like everything. It was like so many people on the streets, you can't drive nowhere. So last night really being a part of going to the Calvin Klein and being a part of the Calvin Klein collection and sitting next to it, and I went to her signing my book and signing the Vogue magazine was kind of like, you know, a cool moment. I just think about how far I came to be here so fast. So like I said, I mean, we must have something on Anna. I don't know what it is, but you know, it's good to have a great relationship with someone who's a legend and respected so much the way she is.
Yeah, definitely.
She's nice to me. I don't know about everybody else. I seen September 2. I was like, what? Yeah, I don't know about this one. But no, she's very nice to me. So
that's cool.
Thought I had that.
Yeah. Let's talk about, I have just a couple last questions here and then we'll open it up to everybody here about the future for you. And so where do you picture yourself right now in 10 years?
Well, I won't be playing, hopefully. I'll be 40, so hopefully I'll be retired. And, you know, hopefully that you know, all the opportunities that are being created now, you know, so many doors that I'm so blessed to be able to walk through. Hopefully, you know, continue to find my niche of what I want to do next. You know, like I said, I got too many things that I'm trying to do, you know, right now. But, you know, I think this is the right time for me to figure out what's next for Dwyane Wade, even though I still want to play, you know, at least another 7 years. And, you know, I think that'd be good and ideal, perfect world. And, you know, then after that, I can start stalking my kids. I told Zaire, you know, I was like, you know, because I always tell them, like, y'all getting out of my house one day. Like, you know, I'd be like, 8 years, you out of here, son. But so then I told him, I said, you know, once you go to college, I'm going to buy an apartment right by your dorm room. I'm going to live through you. So, you know, I just hopefully move into the next phase of my life and do something that I, you know, again, enjoy doing. And, but also, you know, spend a lot of time with my kids. You know, Zion at the time would be like, you know, if I retire when I want to, would be like 12 years old, really getting into the meat of his going to high school soon. So it'd be kind of cool.
Yeah. You mentioned in there that Shaq was one of the people who really introduced you to the world of like being
silly.
Beyond the, but yeah, but also being a brand or like being a personality beyond the game.
Yeah.
Like, do you feel like that has like started you on that trajectory to get ready for some post-game stuff too? Yeah,
it was great having, you know, Shaq at the time when I did, you know, kind of helped me come out of my shell. We would have not been able to do this interview years ago. No way possible. I would have been looking at that clock, nervous, sweating, like I got an hour. You know, there's no way I would have been able to sit up here. But, you know, so kind of being around, you know, kind of, you know, helped open me up a little bit. You know, he came along, you know, he coined me Flash at the time and kind of gave me a different person to be. You know, so I really fed into it. Like I really was Flash on the basketball court. Like I'm not, don't call me Dwyane, I am Flash. It's weird. But so, you know, it really was big, and I think it just opened me up to, you know, people to really see who I am and me to see who I am in a sense, and not be the introvert kid that I was, you know, when I was young.
Yeah. Again, going to the 10-year, 15-year range, like what is the thing that you most want for your kids when they get to that age? Like, what is the thing that you want to make sure that is just right with them?
Well, I mean, to me, you know, obviously, I think I want them to have an unbelievable education. You know, I want them to kind of have their, you know, kind of their vision and their dreams of who they think and want to become. You know, I'm a big believer in dream big, you know, and vision boards and all that. I'm a big believer in that is putting down, you know, what you want to be, who you want to be. And it's no problem with, you know, working towards that. And if something steer you in a different direction, then you take that road. But, you know, you need to have a vision. So hopefully around that time, you know, I'm paying a lot for the education now. It's like, seriously, like college fund. And my son's 5 years old, and it's a lot of money. So, you know, it better work out.
Yeah.
But hopefully, you know, on my end is just make sure that I take care of my responsibility and my job to make sure that, you know, they don't have the concern, you know, to, if they can't right away, you know, find out what they want to do or find their niche, that they have enough security to fall back on.
Yeah. All right, cool. Well, so let's open it up. There's 2 microphones, I think. So for questions, just line up and we'll just alternate back and forth. Your first sub, yeah, you want to go for it?
Hey, D-Wade, big fan. So, like, you're like the father of style in the NBA, and you actually pull it off. What are your thoughts on, like, Russell Westbrook and Kevin Durant showing up like clowns?
Thank you. I appreciate that. So what you're saying, they don't pull it off?
Have you seen Westbrook? I mean, come on.
I am not the one to judge. But it's not for me. I couldn't do it, but he's what he's got, and he's gained everyone's attention. I get a question about Russell Westbrook fashion every time I do something, about fashion. So he's doing his job of getting out there, so it works. But it's not, I don't think you will look good in it. And, and I don't think I will look good in it, so.
Hey there, Sarah, huge fan as well, from Miami. I grew up down there, and I just love to get your perspective on what it's been like raising your sons in Miami. People always ask me, I've been in New York for 5 years now, are you ever going to move back down? It's always something I've considered, but I'd love to hear what you think.
Are you going to move back down?
Maybe.
I just thought I'd add to the people. Because when you retell a story, you're like, yeah, D-Wade be asking me if I'm going to move back down. People always ask me. I do that all the time, name drop. I think my kids rather enjoy, living in Miami. I mean, you think about, obviously everyone knows that it's Sunshine State. So, they enjoy the ability to be able to go out and do many different activities outside. They don't have to go through the winters, those tough winters like in Chicago where they kind of grew up in a sense. So I think they like it. I think they like to, how every day, I remember going through the season where we won 15 games, but no matter what, when I woke up, and looked outside and went outside, I was like, yeah, it's not that bad. I think they like waking up to it's not that bad kind of feeling because, when you're growing up in Chicago, Milwaukee, Detroit, and all those places, it's kind of like, man, it's another day. And you look out the window, you're like, this sucks. So I think they like waking up and like, let's go get it. Let's go to school. It's cool.
Nice.
Thanks.
Over.
Hey, I'm Aaron. If you're the most stylish guy on the team, who's the least stylish guy on the team?
I think. Oh, Joe Anthony. He's terrible. There's no help for him either. Because he's cheap. He's not going to spend no money. So. Yeah, and we got Joe Anthony and James Jones. James Jones is. I love him. He's one of the best teammates I've ever had. One of the funniest guys ever. But if we go on a 2-week road trip, you'd be lucky to get 2 pair of jeans out of him, and more than 2 polos. Like he keeps it simple as it gets. He's going to pack 1 pair of shoes. He's going to pack 2 pair of jeans and 2 polos, and that's going to be 2 weeks. It's like you don't think you're going to go eat or you don't care.
You gonna help these guys out or no? You gonna help them out or no?
No, he's not spending no money. No, it's an investment to dress nice. It's very expensive nowadays. And JJ like, no, for what? I'm married with like 5 kids. Nobody want to look at me. So I love him. It's hilarious. But so we got a couple guys who don't really get into the dressing. They like to see what we wear, and that's about it. Man.
Thanks.
Hopefully JJ don't really hear me talking.
Hey, Dwyane, Iftikhar. So a lot's been said about Heat for the past 2 seasons, but you've been totally cool in media. I mean, is it just you're a great actor, or you just don't care about what media says?
Yeah, I don't. I mean, I'm not gonna say I don't care. I do care. I'm not immune to it, but you can't really let it consume your life and whatever you decide to do. And I get talked about obviously with my fashion. I get talked about when I don't perform the right way. But no one can be as hard on me than I can be on myself. So yes, it's a part of the job, and it's unfortunate that the media does that. But I think one thing that's great with social network is you can kind of control your own in a sense, and you can beat them to it, and to beat them to the punch. So it's a part of it, and it's not meant for everybody to deal with or to handle it. So I think that we do a good job of trying to handle it the best way possible.
Over here.
Hi. When a lot of us are growing up, our parents are always embarrassing us. We're very embarrassed of them. So I was wondering, as a celebrity, do you find that your kids are embarrassed of you at times and of your friends' kids?
Good question. They haven't told me yet, but I'm sure it's been a few times I ain't performed right. They've been like, man, I don't really want to go to school because they're gonna hear it. But I think it will become. It's gonna hurt me when that day comes. That they don't want. It's not cool. I'm not the cool dad no more. And it's kind of coming soon because they already telling me that. So, but they don't really mean it yet. I think so. But yeah, it's a time where you kind of get away from, you grow out of it in a sense. So it's gonna hurt me when I can't. I mean now I like kissing my kids on the forehead. Now there's gonna become a time where they're not gonna be having that no more. And it's my boys, man. So it's gonna hurt. I'm getting emotional. Think about it.
So Ryan, I lived in Miami for 20 years, and I was at Game 3 in 2006 when the Heat were down by 12 points. And
13. No,
13,
Go ahead.
sorry.
It's fine.
13.
It's fine. No.
Anyways, and you took over the game, and even before that, I was a big fan. But my real question is more about fatherhood. So I have a 5-year-old as well, and I've found that, when I first became a father, I had this concept that I was going to be his teacher, and that, I was going to be the one teaching him everything. But the more he gets older and the more I get mature, basically I've realized that he is more my teacher. So I was wondering if you feel like the same way.
Yeah, you hit it right on the head. I talk about it in my book. It's a passage in there where I talk about, learning from my kids. I've learned how to be a father. I learned how to be a parent from them. They teach me every day. And you guys see, I like to make light of a lot of situations. But it's seriously, I took parenting classes. Like I said, I go to therapy sessions, and it's times where, situations come up. I have no idea how to handle it, but, I'm learning from my kid, the personality that he has. I'm learning from his history of how much trouble has he got in before. And so I'm learning from them how to handle these situations. So I learned so much, just as much as they're going to learn from me, it's the same as I'm going to learn from them. And I always tell them, when we're together, I'm like, hey, we learned on the fly together, and that's just the way it is. There's no guidebook to tell you how to be, the perfect parent or perfect father, or tell you exactly how to handle every situation that comes up. Sometimes you just got to go off your gut, and we're going to be wrong sometime. And, hopefully they understand that, and we're going to be right sometime. So, I'm glad to hear that you have that mentality, because that's exactly what I said, in the book. But some parents, they don't have that mind state.
Thanks, man.
Thank you.
So I was actually sitting here listening to you, and I realized that we had a lot in common. Like, we absolutely love our family, love our children. And then I said also, we love basketball. Who's better? That's still debatable. But on a serious note, do you feel any pressure with bringing your children up, and if they say they love basketball, do you push them in that direction, or you try to let them figure out what they want to do?
You know what? I'm gonna come back to that other part. I'm gonna ask the question first. You know what? I'm just that person that just believes that whatever they want to do, I'm gonna support. And obviously they want to play basketball. It's something that we can share together. But it's not nothing that I will push them towards. When you tell me this is what you seriously want to do, I will make sure that you have all the resources you need to be able to do it. But I'm all about something else. Like my youngest, Zion, he likes soccer. And even though he quit last year, he's back on the team this year, and I'm like, ooh, cool. So now I'm trying to learn more about soccer. I want to get into soccer more. So they're going to be their own man, and they're going to have their own idea of what they want to do. And I applaud that, and I celebrate that, and I want them to be that. Now back to the basketball thing. I love your confidence. That's all I'm saying. Anybody watch Love and Hip Hop in here? No, watch that crazy show? Don't you kind of look like the guy that's married to the rapper, the girl who raps? The good couple. The good couple. Yeah, the good couple. Yeah, it looks like it.
That could be him. Let's go over here.
Hey, Dwyane.
That was a good show? Man.
Hi, huge NBA fan here. I was just
Thank you.
wondering, what do you think about the current era? And obviously, like when you guys came in 2003, that was an amazing year in terms of the talent in the draft. But then there's been several other years where just incredible players. So
Yeah.
where do you think this current era is in terms of the history of the NBA? Is it like a golden era, the talent, the teams, the competition?
Well, I think that you know, I obviously I believe in 2003 was that year was a great time for the NBA. I kind of felt like before that the NBA had a couple down seasons in a sense, and I felt that there was new energy for the league that it needed at the time. And you know, I just think now that we're continuing to get very good young players, and you kind of look at it and understand that our game is in great hands. You know, with all the young players coming up, so you know, our game is as big as it's ever been. And even though you know the older players before us will argue, you know, and it's always debatable of what era was the best era. I just think that you know our era is the most important era to grow the game, because you know we're doing so much globally to grow this game. You know, so many kids, you know, it's really getting into worldwide, really getting into the game of basketball. It's so big everywhere. So I just think that we're doing a great job of continuing to try to grow it. I mean, David Stern and the NBA has done an unbelievable job of kind of changing the outlook of how players was kind of viewed, in a sense, and they've done an unbelievable job of that. So, you know, I'm glad that I'm in this era and not the other eras.
So, since you're in New York, tough question. Knicks or Nets, who's going to be better this year?
That is a tough question, because no one knows how the Nets are going to come together. You know, they put it together a pretty decent team. You know, they're going to be pretty good, and then with excitement in Brooklyn and everything, they put together a good team. But you never know how long it takes for continuity to really work. You know, the Knicks kind of have some. You know, in a sense, you know, they did lose. They did lose Jeremy Lin, but you know, they still have a lot of the core of their team. So, you know, because of that, they might start a little faster than the Nets. You just never know. So I'm sure it brings excitement to the city of New York. And as a fan of the game, I will sit back and do the same thing you're doing and watch and see who would be the best in New York.
I think it's going to be the Knicks. But.
All right, I think we have time for one more.
Hey, huge fan. I was just wondering, you said your kids and a bunch of the kids of your teammates play basketball all the time. Who's the best?
Of all the kids?
Of all the kids on your team, yeah.
You know, that's a great question, because if you ask each of them, they would all say themselves. Yeah, so I don't get the luxury to be able to watch them play together. You know, I think right now a lot of it has to do with who's the oldest, you know, who has the most height, you know, et cetera. They ain't reached the point where, you know, they're all that talented yet, you know. So I'm sure they be having some they be competing up there. You know, there's been a couple, separate them a couple times, I heard. They get real. And so it's good, you know, it's good. And then some of them play together, you know, like AAU basketball. Some of them play together, you know. So I think LeBron's youngest son, LeBron Jr., his oldest son, he plays, like he's 7. I think he plays with like the 12-year-olds or something. But you know, he's trying to humble him already. But I mean, he's getting that experience. So, you know, they all are going to be in competition with each other for a long time to come. So it's going to be interesting to see how it all shakes out.
Cool. All right, we'll wrap it up here. Dwyane, thanks very much for coming. Dwyane Wade, everybody.